Hello guys, and welcome to another day with Zimaleta. In today's video I want to basically remove a rest of the stuff. Before we get to it, I want to show you the two new intake manifolds. There's a problem with swirl valves on these sprinters and they get stuffed up and stuff, so if you need to replace it, this is actually what you gotta replace, these two. So they're located right there. So I want to show you where they are located and what we must do in order to remove them. So we will just basically remove stuff until there's actually nothing else to remove, and we have a lot of stuff to remove. So as you could see, lots of stuff that bolts into, like you even have everything in the way, like the fuel rails in the way. I gotta pull them out. It's a big job. So the very next thing we want to do is we're gonna go ahead and actually start removing the fuel rails because they are in our way. So let's go ahead and actually start removing them. So it's 18 on this side. Looks like they're both 18. And I just need to zip tie that out of the way even more. So I've zipped this out of the way because I think it's just going to be always in my face. It's a vacuum line that I've removed. I don't really want to unplug it. There's always a chance at breaking something when you do, and I really don't want to do that. So I'm just going to be disassembling these few lines here. Oh gosh, I just discovered Black Death. Look at that, guys. Oh my goodness. Client's not gonna be happy about that. That's like another thing you have to address. There's Black Death problem, and that means more money. You know, this fuel injector may or may not need to be replaced because it does start, but there's cleanup involved, there's pulling of the injector, there's all kinds of work to be done here. Wow, that's not good. So the fire in order goes like this: 1, 2, and there it is. I can't believe the way that they put this thing together. There's like literally, like, they just snuck everything in here. It's like, now you have to remove that. And by the way, the hose is cracked for the fuel injectors. Let's see if I have an 18 in the short wrench. I have a 19. That's 15. 17. But I don't have a short 18. I wonder if it's not really any shorter. Guys, everything is so close. Like, I need to remove this fuel injector line. I gotta remove the fuel injectors. Like, everything, not fuel injectors, but fuel injector line, and everything else is surrounding it. It's just everything is just in the way. There's really no way to go about it. A lot of different brackets that go every which way. I don't really want to remove stuff that I don't need to remove. There's just that much more to be replacing. Okay, so you need a flathead. I have so many screwdrivers, they're just all over the place. So to remove this fuel line, you have to pull that. And for this, I'm just gonna put it in this little baggie here. So easy to lose those pins. So then I pull it like this, and then you get some of this other stuff loose. There's the other, it's leading back there. So I need to remove this here. So it looks like I have no choice. I need to remove this little bracket. So here's that. Just seems like everything is just all over the place. So now I gotta get this thing fished out of there. Wow, there's like literally not enough clearance to even get this out of here until I actually pull that other one. With the way everything is, there's just like not enough room. So I have all of this stuff that's in the way, that's not allowing me to really get to it. So it looks like I'll need to remove some more stuff. Okay, obviously I can't get in there with this, so whatever I can get, I will get. So we have this bracket. You just stay there for now. Glow plugs, connectors are on the way too. A little plug there. Have to deal with the zip tie. Okay, I just need a little cutter. So the way you do these here, you have to pull the gray connector out, try to remove it, and then it basically unbuckles it. Just wow, like just not enough room. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna get in there. This is a 17. Not really sure if the side is 17 or is that 18. So this is 17. So I have a short 17 here. Oh, I can't really put that on. That's not gonna work. We'll just have to do it with this one. I use a bigger bag for that. I mean, can you see, guys, like this is like so close. It's like mostly you have to do it like on a little edge, because then you have this injector nozzle right there and you got that. Everything's so close. Like your tools need to be thinner to try to do it. This is part of the fuel rail. We're gonna go ahead and actually put that in here. I don't even know like how to really get here. Like there's no room there. Like it's really crazy, especially if these things would be tight. There's really no room here. See if I have any shorter. 17. I have an 18. It's pretty much the same length. I don't know if I could get a little better grip on it. Okay, there it is. Got it from the top. Very unlikely way of doing it, but it worked. So this fuel rail we're going to put inside of this box along with all this fuel components. Now after removing that fuel rail, it seems like we have just a little bit more breathing room. So now I'm going to disconnect the electrical for the turbo actuator. As you could see, just disconnecting it alone, there's actually no place for me to actually even disconnect it to. It's getting crashed into this wire. I'll be replacing the wiring harness anyways. Wow, everything just so tight. Just to replace that connector. I mean, just to pull it out or put it back in, you have to pretty much free all of these wiring and all of these different pipings and stuff. So I'm going to continue with this fuel rail. So I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to get that one. Okay, I need to remove that other bolt there. So I'm getting rid of the fuel rail bracket right here. I'm just gonna have to put all these brackets and everything, make sure they go in the same box. I would like to twist it by hand, but it's very hard to twist because it's such an area where the tool is now beginning to, it's, I guess, kind of like slip, because once it pulls it out a certain amount, it just stands in one spot. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it does to me. So I'm just gonna put these things out of the way a little bit. So now that I pulled this out of the way a little bit, I'll be able to loosen this other bolt, part of the fuel rail stuff. I could already tell I'm gonna need a set of short wrenches, because this is just too long. The short wrenches are not cheap. So I'm gonna use a separate baggie for this. I'm gonna write left, driver side. Oh, good. I got this one loose a little bit, which is usually enough. As soon as you loosen them up, they start getting loose. Okay, that one's loose. So I'm going to put this in a bag as well. I'm going to put high fuel line. So high pressure fuel line, basically. Because we have one that's going across and they look very similar. I don't want to get them confused. That other one that's across, I won't get it confused. It's just sitting right there. As you can see how they look. They're about the same length, so you could easily pick up and say, oh, which one? So this one actually goes across. So okay. This also needs to go here. We'll have that bracket. So now we have this high pressure fuel pump hooked up over here. The way I unhook these is actually using this type of tool. I put this on over here like this, and then I twist it on itself, and it unhooks it. See, like that. So now I could kind of pull it out, but usually they're so stuck. You need something thin. Thought I had some smaller. Let's see what this is. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. Just you gotta just kind of get it unstuck over here because they get really stuck. Wow. I apply so much pressure to try to remove these things, like you won't believe. And then if it let goes, you know, then my fingers are gonna be smashed. I actually have a new wiring harness that's gonna be going here. So I kind of need to pull that up. Here's just move this out of the way, I guess. Put on my work table. I want to see if I could get this fuel line out of the way. I don't want this fuel line to get contaminated, so it's getting its own bag. There's no reason that it's gonna get contaminated, but you know, why take a chance on it? Okay, there you go. So now I'm gonna try to undo some more fittings. Okay. Okay. Well, what's the matter? Why is this one not coming up? I mean, we're out pretty much here. Wow. What's going on? Okay, there it goes. Sometimes you gotta push it forward and then out. It's interesting how short this wires is. Like the wire is like just like in there. There's literally like no room for anything, which is good. You know, if they were not like that, then it would have been more of a problem. But basically, either way, it doesn't make your job any easier. I will get to this injector, but I will spray it down. Man, that stuff is gunked up deep down in there. So next, what I want to do is get something pointy like that. Not ideal. I need something that's straight. A screwdriver would work. I'm just gonna use a tiny screwdriver just to mash it all apart. Okay.
My name is Serge Zimaleta. I'm 37 years old, and yes, I experienced success after buying my first home for cash. Back in 2011, I was broke, but I learned to solve problems on my own. Now, I'm helping others to solve their problems. I know what pitfalls to avoid to stay profitable in business. Need motivation to be more successful in your life? Do you have sprint or expedite or business problems? Then subscribe. Let's find creative solutions to your problems. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of my helpful videos.